Smartphone cameras have become ridiculously powerful over the past few years, with multiple lenses and a ton of different software modes to give you insta-ready shots in mere seconds. Portrait mode is one of the more popular ones, and today I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to really improve your portrait photography. The first is lighting. If your subject is under strong lighting, the portrait mode software has to do less work to blur out the background. You don't need an expensive ring light for this, a simple lamp will do the trick. Now let's see some magic. Let's start with this picture. It's alright, but there's a bit of shadow and the blur around my dad is quite unnatural. Now if we focus some light on the subject, you can easily see a significant upgrade in detail and clarity regarding the subject. We can take it a step further and turn off the lights in the background. This adds a lot more drama to the shot. Also, the portrait mode isn't as aggressive here because the lighting has made the subject stand out a lot more on its own, so there's less work to be done by the software. Tip number 2, vary your background blur. This only applies to Huawei smartphones. So, if you open your camera app and swipe all the way left to Aperture, you'll see this little icon here. Tap it and then adjust the slider. If you swipe it all the way left, the picture will have as much background blur as possible. Now, if we swipe it all the way to the right, this picture will have minimal blur instead. Using this mode allows you to make sure your portraits turn out as natural as possible, giving you the power to lower the blur intensity when automatic portrait mode gets it wrong. The correct amount will vary depending on what your subject is and the lighting conditions you have. For this image, f5.6 seemed to be the perfect setting. And last but certainly not least, the rule of thirds. To apply this method, you'll need to turn on your grid. For most smartphones, if you go into the settings of your camera app, you should find the option to turn on a grid. Sometimes you can find multiple grids to choose from. In that case, select 3x3. The rule of thirds states that if you place your subject in one of the 4 intersections, your image will become a lot more balanced. Studies have shown that our eyes tend to go to one of the 4 intersection points rather than the dead center of the image. Hence the viewers interact with the photo more naturally. You can also use the grid for alignment purposes as well. For example, in this shot where my dad is considerably off center, but the positioning makes the photo quite aesthetically pleasing. Now if we combine all 3 techniques, we go from this to this. Much livelier images with softer, much more natural background blur. I hope this helped you out. If you want to learn more about different photography techniques, hit the subscribe button to stay tuned, and also contact me on social media as well. The links are in the description below. For now, that's me out, and I'll see you later.